Hello everyone, I hope you guys had a wonderful day, made some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. And again, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, relax, took a couple days off the markets. As you know, the traditional markets are closed, but if you are an absolute animal and love to trade cryptocurrencies all the time, well, you know what, the market stayed open for you guys, and again, you got a little bit of upside coming. Excuse me, I'm burping. Oh, maybe some bullish burps are coming. But yeah, we got a little bit of upside during the weekend. We went down to a low of 20,800. We are now back up to 21,384. Let's take a look at market cipher on the daily time frame. We can see that we have a 4 and a 6, so a little bit of a slowdown on the DBSI. Money flow is still green. The momentum waves are anchoring in. Let's take a look at the 12-hour. Maybe the 4-hour, see if anything's starting to show. Again, we are deep in that red money flow on the 4-hour time frame, so let's keep an eye out. We could take another leg down, maybe back down to 20,400, which would be a potential target for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at 20,400. Why I'm looking at that target, you can see that Bitcoin is still could be potentially in this bear flag right now, but again, something's telling me that this could be a fake out by the institutions pushing the price down and then going to reverse it back up, trapping retail shorts around this area. And let's take a look at why. We can see that right now we have a big red vector candle on the daily time frame. You can take a look at it on the 12 hours as well. It is there, so we could potentially maybe start to come back up, retrace back to the scene of the crime right around this area. Where's my I had too much steak for dinner, so my brain isn't working properly. 23,350. We could be getting a retrace back to this area before taking our next leg down. But again, if the S&P and the Dow Jones, so not just the S&P, but the markets in general, the traditional markets, get more upside and start to chop around this area, I still think Bitcoin could see those levels of 26,000, 28,000. But again, we got to take out these resistances first. 25,500 has proven to be quite a lot of resistance. And again, nothing says that we do have to go to here, go to these targets, or go to these lower targets. We could potentially maybe stay trapped in this range for a little bit, maybe a few months, and then we go maybe back down to 13,000 and then reverse back up very quickly, and then we'll see what happens, because these are uncertain times. Bitcoin is still new to a recession and the tightening cycle, even though this tightening cycle is kind of BS because they haven't really tightened. They've sold, they've unloaded 7 billion off their $9 trillion balance sheet, with just total, I would say it's a complete failure. And they're supposed to double up this month from their previous target, which was 60 billion to now from 30 billion up to 60 billion. And this month is supposed to be 60 billion, but they did 7 billion out of the 30 billion last month. So I'm surprised. I'm gonna be shocked to see what they're gonna do this month. Fucking bozos. But yeah, moving on. Let's take a look at what some longer term lower targets that I would be looking at. It's potentially 9,224 if Bitcoin stays in this channel right here. Again, nothing says that we have to go to these levels, but ultimately I still think that the S&P 500 will start to roll over and go back down to the 2020 highs around 3,400 to 3,300 area, at which point Bitcoin could follow suit and roll over back down to these levels as well. I know a lot of people don't think that's gonna happen, and they say that 20,000 is the bottom. And maybe they're saying, they're rightfully so to say that. You can see on the weekly time frame, we do have some bullish indicators signifying that we have made a bottom with a big green dot around this area. But we have seen double green dot bottoms, especially, during these two cycles that we've had. We've seen one in the 2014 and 2015 time. During that bear market, we saw a green dot, and then we had some upside, and then we ultimately rolled over another 50% after that. Or basically, when we crossed in that red money flow, we got a 59% correction. In 2018, we got a 51% correction, and once we crossed into this red money flow here, we got a 59% correction. But it doesn't mean that we won't go lower. It's very possible that we could potentially make you know, a 70% correction or even 75. You know, nothing says that you can't correct more. I just deleted it. That's lovely. Okay, but yeah, overall, you know, these are just my long-term targets, or I guess say midterm. And long-term, obviously, Bitcoin will probably go back up to 500,000 and these high-end targets when the Fed ultimately prints the currency to hell. But yeah, you just don't rely on these targets right now. Don't think that it's gonna in the coming weeks that we're gonna go down to these levels. I mean, it could happen, but obviously the probabilities of that happening are not in our favor. And yeah, we can see that the Bitcoin hash ribbons have printed a buy signal. I don't know if I already talked about this. I think I don't think I have. So we'll actually mention it because this is kind of like the title of the video, is signifying a buy signal right now. So is Bitcoin, you know, is this a great time to start accumulating Bitcoin? Yeah, absolutely. You could definitely start to average in your positions around the $20,000 area. Again, none of this is financial advice, but it's up to you to do what you want with your money. You can see that every time we've got a buy signal on the hash ribbons, these are the yellow. So right from the points, these are all the times that there was a buy signal. Every time we've gotten a buy signal, Bitcoin price has gone up, and you can see that when we got a buy signal here, Bitcoin went up 241%. When Bitcoin got a buy signal here, it went up 55%, right, to a high of 55%, right? And we got a buy signal here, went up 35%. Got a buy signal here, went up 39%. Another buy signal, 46%. Obviously, the 2019 bear market, a buy signal there, and ultimately Bitcoin did chop sideways for a lot, maybe like 6 months, I think, and then before ultimately going up 295%. And then we got a buy signal from down here back when Bitcoin was still in its infancy, 2016, went up 3,355%. And I think you guys get the gist of it. 156. I didn't measure these ones. These ones were, the data was a little bit too crazy there. I think there was like 6 or 3 buy signals, or 2 buy signals, like buy signal there and a buy signal there. But yeah, Bitcoin did go up from $4 to $6. So you can imagine that, a $6 Bitcoin back in the day. But yeah, you guys know where I stand. Obviously, I'm accumulating. I'm always accumulating Bitcoin. Obviously, I don't tell people when I accumulate. You could just dollar cost average. But yeah, Bitcoin will ultimately go back in the long term, but we will be making trades in the short term. And oh boy, we've been making some good returns on our spot trades, where the account is up over 20%. Again, spot trades has no leverage, so no stress. I mean, there should be no stress for you guys who are following the spot trades with leverage. You guys are taking a significant amount of risk when doing that, and you could probably even get liquidated, and most likely will get liquidated if you do that. If you guys want to do the leverage trades, I post my leverage trades in the Discord. Obviously, there's been a little bit of a slowdown in the leverage trades lately, as I am doing a potential career change in the coming weeks. So again, thank you for your patience, everyone. If you guys want to see my trades, the link's in the description. And if you guys want to support the channel without joining the Discord, you can sign up for Big Trading. That's a sponsor of the channel, and that's where I do all my leverage trades as well. Love you guys. Peace.